Hi, this is Laura from Scrappy Mania, and I just received this magnetic plate, and this is for your foil quill from We Are Memory Keepers, and I'm going to test it out. So I want to go ahead and test this out. I do have another video in where I created this card, and with the discard, now this is created with a Spellbinder die, one of those foil dies, and I used my Go Press and Foil from Couture Creations to create this. And from this, the leftover foil that was left after this card, I went ahead and created this card. It's a little distressed, but it will work for my card. The other thing that I used when I made this project is I found these card bases, or these cards, at my local Walmart. They were $5. You get 40 cards with envelope. So I'm using these to be the perfect card base to put my layers. So this is a layer that I made. Just put it on there, and I use foam to kind of raise it up. So if you want to see the video on how I created this, I'll put it on the link, and all the materials that I use will be in that link as well, and you can see how I created that. So here is my foil quill. I got this from Craft Direct, and I'll put the link if you're looking for something like this. And it was on sale. It was $11.99, 40% off, and that's why I purchased it. I purchased two, one for my sister and one for myself. And you'll see the instructions here. So it comes with your magnetic sheet. It also comes with some magnets. Came with two short magnets and two long magnets. And look, this is actually bent right here. I'm going to unbend it. So let me get some pliers and unbend that. It's not going to affect anything, but that's a shame that it was bent right here. Should have realized that. Let me see if my sister's, because I bought her one. I gotta check and see if hers were bent. Forgot where I put it. So I'll have to find hers and see if it was bent, but I need to take a picture of that and send it in, because that's a shame that it was bent. But it still will work. This one is also bent, as you can see. This is the one I bought for my sister, and look, it's completely bent right there. So I'm going to take a picture of this and call the company, and then we'll see what the response will be. So now that I've fixed that, I'm going to go ahead and get my mat, and I'm going to put this on there. I have an old Brothers Scan and Cut plate here, or mat, and I think that's the one I'm going to use for here. And I'm just going to place it down on my mat. And I think that's good enough. Should keep it there. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a design. So let me get some cardstock, and we'll put it on here and create a design. I'm going to use some of this foil. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to create, but let me go ahead and over to all my designs. I bought the Kelly Creates, the Paige Evans, the Heidi Swapp, Amy Tangerine, and the Icons. The only one that I didn't get is the Christmas one, or the season one, and I might get that one. And I think I'm going to use the regular tip for this. It's already in my Brothers Scan and Cut holder. You get some other holders. You get, this one is for silhouette. This one, the C is for cricket. I think this one is supposed to be the Sizzix. And I don't have the silhouette or the Sizzix, so I leave it here in this little bag. I have my brother. I do have a brother and a cricket, so I have those out. It comes with tape, so I'm going to use that tape to put the paper onto this mat. But other than that, you also get two other, this is a fine tip and a broad tip. I'm going to use the standard tip. So let me go over to my computer, go onto the Brother canvas, and we'll design something. I'll upload it to my Brother machine, and let's see how this works. Okay, I'm back to my desk here, and the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. With just a little bit of tape, just don't want it moving. And then the next thing I wanted to go ahead and do is I'm going to cut a piece. Actually, let's see which one I want. We'll use this gold. So I'm going to take some gold and I'm going to cut about that much. And you got to be careful with this foil, because if you treat it too harshly, let me show you what happens. It starts, see, it peels off. So be careful with the foil. So I'm going to go ahead, place that here. And actually, before I place this, let's go over to our machine, because let me cut a little bit here. I have the scan and cut, so I want to scan it before I even do anything, so that way I know where I'm going to put my image. So let's go over to the scan and cut, and let's scan this. And actually it moved a little bit, so let me put some tape on this, because this is a nice worn mat and it moved. So let's go over to the scan and cut, and let's see how we're gonna do this. Okay, so I'm over here in my scan and cut. I went ahead and taped down all the edges for my mat so it won't move. And actually, let me tape it down a little better, because it did move a little bit. Let's see. Okay, got it nicely taped. I went ahead and taped the top and the bottom, and I fed it in. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to retrieve my data. Let me go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to scan, because I changed the tape. It was on the side, and I changed it to top and bottom. So I want to make sure that I get a new scan image. And that looks fine. Okay, so now I'm ready to use my gold. It's going to be my first piece, so let me bring it down here. So lay down my gold. You want shiny piece up. Okay. And you're gonna go ahead and bring that over like so. Gonna bring this down like so, and then up. I'm gonna remove this. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring my foil quill over. So I have my battery bank. I'm going to put that in and see how it turns it to blue. I'm going to plug this in here and then close it. I'm going to give it some time to heat up. So we need to give it 5 minutes to heat up. I forgot to do that, and I'll come back and we'll go ahead and create our image in a second. I went ahead and did some changes. Instead of the side, I went ahead and put my flower on top, so I'm going to have to re-scan it. Once I foil it, I'll re-scan it to put in the happy birthday. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring you back down. Let me zoom you out. And it's been heating up, and I put in my foil. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my guard, and I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to click on draw, and I'm going to hit start. So far so good. This was a bad idea to put it on top, but let's see what we got. It missed a little bit there. I will fix that because I should have put this way. By changing the flower, I should have put it this way instead of the other way around, but that's fine. I can fix that with some gel pen. Now I'm going to take my piece of, let's go ahead and rescan this. I'm going to go ahead and rescan my image. So I'm going to discard this, go to home, OK, pattern, save data. I'm going to retrieve the word. That's my word. OK, and now I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I'm going to rescan. And that's why I like using this with my scan and cut, because you have ability to do a little more with your scan and cut than with your Cricut. And now that I scanned it, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. Really zoom in. And just going to place it where I need to place it. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. So now that I have it in place, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you back down here, because I'm going to put my foil. For this, I'm going to use the small ones. And I know that's going to make a difference. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Hit OK again, and I'm going to hit Select Draw, and I'm going to tell it to start. And that's the fill. It's really filling it in. So it goes back and forth to fill in the letter. Okay, so it is finished. So let's go ahead and remove this. And there, perfectly foiled. So let's go over to my desk and let's go ahead and fix that little boo-boo. So either I can use this tool and fix it using leftover this, or I can use a gel pen and see if it matches. Now I don't have a gel pen that really matches the gold, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use this to really, let's see how I can do this. Okay. And I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Now I'm going to have to take it back to my, and actually, if, let me, so see how, if I fill it in gold, like so. Okay, I'll leave it like that, and then we'll color it. It would have been nicer if I had a gold pen that is the same color, but that's good enough. And see it where it oval foiled? You can take a sanding eraser and you can sand that off, and see it goes away. If you don't have a standing eraser, you can also use just a regular eraser. It should work. Okay, I want to cut it out with a border. So let me go back to my scan and cut, and I'm going to cut it out with a border, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I already cut out my image. That's going to fit perfectly on here. And don't throw these away. If you have the We Are Memory wave wand, I think heat wave, I think it's the name of it, or the Anna Griffin pen, foiling pen, don't throw these away, because you can use these for other projects, because they still have a lot of foil, so you can definitely use it. So I think I went ahead and got my panel. I cut this a little 4 by 5 1/4, so that way I have a little 1/8 of an inch border around. What I want to do is I want to give some color to this. So I do have some watercolor paints on this palette here, and just slightly gonna give it a little color. Now this is not watercolor paper, so of course you cannot get too much water on here. Just want to give it a little color. Okay, there you are. Maybe a little more color here. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of yellow in the center, like so. And then I need some green for my leaves. There's a little green. Okay. And let's go ahead and put a little color right here. Just in these edges, like so. And I think I'm good with that. This happy birthday, we can go ahead and put a little bit of yellow, I think. Just to make it stand out a little bit. So this is the difference between fill and outline or draw. This was fill, this is draw. So if you want a solid letter, then you use fill. Otherwise, it just draws it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and place that there. Get some adhesive. Okay, so I put enough adhesive there to keep this down. I put a little one here. Okay, so now that I have it all removed, place it here. And then you're going to go ahead, I can use some foam adhesive to pop this up. I got this foam adhesive from the dollar store that it just went all over the place. I'm going to put some of it on each of the corners and in the middle. Okay. This one's a little easier to remove. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have it even. Okay. And there's my beautiful card. So, my verdict for the foil and gold magnetic mat, I like it. The only problem is that you got to be careful if you buy it by a vendor. You got to make sure, hopefully it doesn't get bent like mine, but you can easily fix it like I fixed mine, and it doesn't impair the function. But I do like the magnetic foil. I like the card that I was able to create, and if you saw my other video, I got 2 cards out of the same foiling paper and die. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.